Hi, everybody. My name's Lauren, and it's so great to be with you today. I want to continue kind of diving deep into this idea of knowing our value and worth. And just a quick little recap of my short video last week, we do have inherent value. It is yours because you're living, breathing, alive. You have value. All right, Lauren, it's all well and good. Thanks for telling me I got some value. What do you want me to do with it? Well, there's a lot to unpack there, but I just want to give you some ways maybe in which you can start to see where not knowing our value can impact us and some tools to maybe encourage that a bit more. So let's say you're at a grocery store and a guy calls you a jerk because he feels as if you cut him off in the line, in the parking lot, whatever. Well, let's take that a step further. And let's say that guy calling you a jerk, it makes you mad and it makes you upset. And probably it makes you hurt and upset because it doesn't feel like you. You know, you're just standing in line and you really try to be a nice person and not make people upset. And you let that comment sit and get with you and you start spiraling. That guy thinks I'm a jerk. I wonder how many other people at the grocery store think I'm a jerk. Gosh, I bet my friends think I'm a jerk. I bet my family thinks I'm a jerk. Gosh, what if I am just terrible? How many of us have done that spiral? I have. Probably more times than I care to admit. Here's the thing though. That spiral takes us to a really dark place and we forget who and what we are and how we do matter and how we are important. In that moment, we cease to kind of exist except to be a thorn in somebody's side, and the guy at the grocery store gets all the power. So this comment really bothers you and you decide you're going to go tell your best friend about it. Oh yeah, man, this guy called me a jerk at the grocery store. It's really messing with me. I'm just like having a hard time with this. And your best friend looks at you and goes, you know, I know you didn't do anything intentionally. I know how you are. You don't do anything to like make people upset. You're actually really kind. Actually, I think you're pretty awesome. So I don't know what was going on with this guy, but like that's just not who you are. I wouldn't really consider that even. Like let it go. Well, thank you, friend. So you take that on and then immediately you go, they're just saying that to be nice. So let's pause. When you're saying things like, oh, they're just saying that to be nice and they have to because they're my friend and blah, 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 you're basically saying the guy at the grocery store who's had a total interaction with you for about 10 seconds has way more input on your value and your character than this person that has spent countless hours with you. Well, that feels kind of shitty for your friend, let's be honest. But also, you're just able to dismiss any like truth for someone's opinion. People have opinions all day long. You know, I sit with people, I've been in my body for a long time, and dismissing truth, especially from a reliable source, is hurtful. It can be hurtful for the friend or the family member, whomever is your reliable source. But it can also be really hurtful for you because you basically take your whole value and shove it down a drain because this guy thought you were a jerk. Kind of crazy how fast that goes. But you know, if we knew our value and like know our character and know who and what we are, that guy's comment wouldn't really bother us. And even if it did, our really good reliable source, our friend, our family, that would be a good reminder of Man, I kind of lost myself there for a second, but you know what? You're right. And I trust your opinion because you have seen me awesome and terrible. Thank you so much. So, that is a really good example of how knowing our value has actual real impact on not just us, but the people around us. So, how can you begin working more on your value? I honestly would sit here and tell you, take some space and make a list of things you know that are true about you, about your character, about your objectives, about your values. And if you want to take it a step further, make a list about what characteristics and values you want to begin inviting into your life and begin working on. And keep one or both lists with you, because we are all subject to people's opinions all day. And if we do not know what those are, not there's opinions, but if we don't know what our value is and what our values are, man, one opinion can take us to a really dark place. And the reason I say a list is sometimes we need like a good visual reminder. I care about people. I want to make sure I do good in the world. That's coming from you, and you're the most reliable source. Now, I will say, I think that we all should take a good look in a mirror sometimes and see where we can mess up and we can be hurtful. I'm not telling you that like any negative opinion of you is like BS and ignore it. But what I am actually telling you is consider the source. The guy at the grocery store, or the person that has sat with you when you have had boogers and snot and tears and all manner of bodily fluids on your face because you've been so upset. If you know your value, that friend, that person, the one that's been through thick and thin, that one should get the say if you can't bring yourself out of that dark place. All right, make your lists. I'll keep expanding on this topic next week, so I look forward to seeing you guys then. Bye.